What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. And the start of a new week, we have the Goblin Village once again. And today it's a little bit special because we don't just have the goblins. We've got the Garrison guard that have just entered into the portal. And these guys, hopefully, they are going to be our answer to these horrible little green ugly mofos that have been flooding the game and making our lives a living hell. So we have got a total of 5 new heroes in the Garrison Guard. We're going to have a look at them today. So we've got Vanya, Shimmerscale as the 5 stars. We've also got Scrollbeast. I think Scrollbeast's definitely a goblin. Look at that guy. And then we've got a 4-star Greg and we've got a 3-star William. So let's go ahead and we'll get started. We'll have a look over these heroes and see what they're all about. Hopefully they are going to be our answer to these horrible goblins. So first guy that we're going to have a look at is Vanya. And he looks like a beast. I mean, look at that weird looking drill bit that he's got in his hand. He's converted into a sword. He just looks dope. So he is a fire hero. He is of the monk class. So he gets a chance to withstand or resist status ailments. But he is of the Garrison Guard family. So this is the first time we've seen this Garrison Guard. So let's have a look what they do. So they get a bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes at the start of a battle. Summons a recruit guard mega minion with either 20, 25, or 30% HP and 100, 120, or 140% attack inherited from the caster. So that's pretty cool. I mean, their family bonus is that they summon a mega minion. That's cool. It's got anywhere from 20 to 30% HP, so it's not the beefiest of mega minions, but 100 to 140% attack is pretty decent. Now, he has 2 passives. Let's just go out and back in. So the first of his passives is mana on status ailment received. So the character gains 5% mana when he receives a status ailment or a negative stack. We have seen that bonus before with the Journey family heroes. It is a very good one. I prefer it to the health bonus because the mana is probably going to be better where you're increasing your chances to get to full charge. So I do like that. But it's all about this second passive. So the Guard Rally, every 4 turns, removes all wither effects from all allies. Yes, please. I mean, this is perfect. This is what we've been asking for. We need a counter to wither, and now we have one, and it is part of their passive. So it does mean that you're gonna have to deal with that wither effect for 4 turns. But after 4 turns, every 4 turns, you're gonna remove the wither effect completely. So that kind of means that it can't stack on top of itself as much as it used to. So I really like that, and I think obviously, as Mr. Spock has recently said, they sell us the disease and then they sell us the cure, and that is exactly what they've done again. But you know what? It's nothing new, but we definitely need these counters, especially at the 4-star level, but we'll get to that in just a moment. So in terms of stats with Vanya, what we're looking at here is a team power of 1034, 1089 on his attack, 1069 on the defense, and 1639 on the health. So really, really good stats for him. And his special skill, so his special is at slow speed. It's not a wonder with all that stuff that he's carrying. So at slow speed, he's going to recover 54% health for all allies. And he's going to summon a shield guard mega minion with 60% HP and 160% attack inherited from the caster. Just a quick additional bit here. A hero can only have 1 mega minion. Mega minions replace all existing minions and fiends. Additional minions or fiends can't replace mega minions. And effects that destroy minions instead deal damage equal to 50% of the mega minion's max health. Okay, there's nothing really new there. But any other effects affecting minions won't affect mega minions. So as we've gone over with the Lunar family heroes, they do not affect the mega minions. So that's basically what that's saying there. So basically he's healing all allies, a nice decent meaty heal, and then summoning the shield guard mega minion. The shield guard mega minion cleanses the latest cleansable status ailment from all allies each turn, and this does not trigger secondary effects. So this is the second time we've seen this. We saw it with the Champions family hero, the baseball player. I can't remember what his name is, but it's a really, really good effect because we have a lot of heroes that give ailments, and then if you cleanse them, they deal damage. With this guy, the Mega Minion's going to be doing that job every turn until you remove it, and it's not going to trigger those secondary effects. So this guy is pretty cool. The only downside, obviously, is that he's running at slow speed. But for what he's doing there, he's basically putting up a like undispellable cleanse effect and giving a massive heal. Plus the passive with the guard rally where he's removing wither effects means that you're going to want to take him up against the goblins. That's what these guys are designed for. So Vanya is a great hero, really good healer. He is all about the healing though, and you know what, you can chop down that Mega Minion pretty quickly with some of these other heroes that we've got in the game. But that being said, I would definitely still find a place for him on my team. So congrats if you do manage to grab Vanya, the butterfly loving beast. And then let's move on to our next 5-star hero. So we'll go with the featured Shimmerscale. Shimmerscale, I'm not sure what he is. I think some kind of like chameleon slash demon thing. Anyway, so he is our holy hero. He is of the fighter class, so he gets the chance to revive. And again, he's of the Garrison Guard family, so we won't go over that again. It's the same family bonus for him, and he gets the same passive of the Guard Rally. As we know, we love that because it removes all wither effects after 4 turns. Now, in terms of stats, we're looking at 1,034 on attack, 1128 on defense. That's really high. And then 1639 on the health. So really good, nice balanced stats for a team power of 1032. And his special skill is called Rude Awakening. I like the sound of that. So he's running at fast speed, and at fast speed he's going to deal 300% damage to the target and nearby enemies. Very respectable. He then summons a Sword Guard Mega Minion with 35% HP and 300% attack, inherited from the caster. That is humongous. Not the minion itself, it's not really that beefy, but the attack of the minion is huge, so that is going to hurt. So the target that's hit by the Sword Guard Mega Minion receives 402 bleed damage over 3 turns, and the effect spreads to nearby enemies. So this guy is pretty damn cool. He's like a better version of I can't remember, Daroga, that we've just seen recently released. I think with the release of this guy, Daroga really needs a buff, because he's damage to a single target. This guy's damage to the target and nearby. Plus he gets that really hardcore Mega Minion with 300% attack inherited. And then the bleed damage spreads. If we do hit the limit breaks and emblems, we're going to see it goes up to 540 bleed damage over 3 turns. So not quite as high as Daroga's bleed damage. And the spreading effect doesn't actually reset the turn duration, but it's still really frustrating and very, very annoying. So in summary, I like this guy a lot. I think he is a little bit easy to counter though, unfortunately. I think the Mega Minion's going to be a problem, but it's not that beefy, so you can get rid of it. Throw up a counter attack and damage reduction, and you can deal with that 300% damage hit. And then the bleed damage can be dealt with by a pretty straightforward cleanse. So yeah, I mean, he's good as a damage dealer, as part of an attacking team. I think that's where you're going to want to put this guy. But defensively, I think he may be a little bit too easy to deal with. So Shimmerscale, I would say, even though he's running at fast speed, I'm not as keen on Shimmerscale as I am on the healer that we looked at so far. So yeah, I mean, he's an A+ hero, don't get me wrong, but not quite in the top tier or the top echelon. But just for that passive as well, I'm thinking now, I mean, the Guard Rally is just going to be a really sought after effect. So yeah, he's fantastic. And congrats if you do manage to pull him, but I probably rather have Vanya so far. Now, we need to look at our third 5-star hero, and that is this ugly, just butt ugly hero called Scrollbeast. And as I said before, he looked like a goblin. He is definitely a goblin. You can see he's of the goblin family. So they get the bonus where if the hero takes damage from an enemy's special skill, he removes a certain percentage of boosted health from all enemies. We have seen that before with the goblins. And then the passive for the goblins, obviously 60% chance to deal 90% damage to all. and reduce accuracy for 3 turns. We like that. Very nice. And as I can see, as I'm looking at him, he does get the ailment immunity ether talent, which is one of my favorites. So at the start of the battle for 6 turns, he's going to be immune to new status ailments. So I really do like that about this guy so far. We're going to have to go back to him. I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure you can see his ugly mug. Right, so let's switch off the max power just for a second. So stats-wise, 1,032. Well, easily over 1,000 attack and defense, and 1829 on the HP. So he's going to be pretty survivable, quite a tanky sort of hero, this guy. Now, his special skill is called Boar of Fury. You can see he's riding some kind of boar there. He deals 335% damage to all enemies and then gives Wither. So all enemies get negative 350 attack. He then summons a white boar mega minion with 65% HP and 250% attack inherited from the caster. And when summoned, the white boar mega minion gives its owner the ability to counterattack. There it is. With 100% of the damage received for as long as the owner has a white boar mega minion. And this effect can't be dispelled. So basically it's the same as what we saw with Boom and Fang, except he gets the upfront damage and he gets the wither effect. I think this guy is going to be extremely good against Titans, I'm going to say, with the wither effect, but also pretty amazing in rush wars because it's a decent amount of damage to all and the wither effects going on top of that. But now that we have got the Garrison Guard, I guess the wither effects value is reduced slightly. However, he's still going to be a pretty monstrous hero to deal with. The only downside, obviously, is that he is running at slow speed. So I think that there are better goblins out there. I mean, you wouldn't take him over somebody like Acid Fire, you definitely wouldn't take him over Acid Fire. But just the fact that he's running at slow speed means it's going to take a while for that effect to kick in. I think, though, as part of a Titan team, if you pop him alongside Goldie, you're going to be doing some humongous damage against the Dark Titans. So for that alone, I'd give him an A+. I don't think he's going to get quite as much more than that because the minion effect with the counterattack is not really that great. We have much better effects attached to the mega minions with other heroes. So yeah, I'm not 100% sold on Scrollbeast. Yeah, I think he's got his niches and his areas where he's going to be useful, but not quite as amazing as some of the other heroes that we've seen. So yeah, in summary, out of our 3 5-stars, I'd go in order, probably Vanya, even though he's running at slow speed. Just a healer, you can always do with a healer. Shimmerscale, fantastic hero from an attacking standpoint, but a bit easy to counter on defense. And then Scrollbeast, just a freaking beast in terms of Titans and stuff like that. And his boar can't see anything. His boar's blind. Anyway, let's get on to the 4-star heroes. So we've got our 4-star here, and I'm probably most excited about this guy, Greg. He is another ugly mofo, but he is part of the Garrison Guard family. So he's doing his thing. He looks like he's like mum and dad were like between the goblins and the Garrison Guard, and they just couldn't like make up their minds. Anyway, he's a bit deformed, this guy. So he is of the barbarian class. As you know, that's my favorite. It's really not. So he gets a chance to inflict bleed damage. He's of the Garrison Guard family, so as we know, they get that family bonus with the mega minion that they summon automatically, and then every 4 turns he removes all weather effects from all allies, which is what we like to see. So that is what I'm all about. I love this guy already, just because we have a 4-star which is readily obtainable or more easily obtainable, who can do that Garrison Guard effect, which is awesome, the passive. Now, in terms of stats, let's whack on the max power preview, just because I like to look at the 4-stars alongside the 5s. 958 on the team power, very, very respectable. So he will be able to hang with the big boys. 942 attack, 924 defense, and 1789 on the HP. And what does he do? So he's running at average speed, and his special's called the Scale of the Newt. Sorry, guys. I really like for you to be able to see these heroes as we're doing this. So, Scale of the Newt, he deals 100% damage to all enemies. That's not a lot of damage. He summons a Sword Guard Mega Minion with 35% HP and 300% attack. There it is again. So at average speed, I really do like that. I think that is a pretty staunch minion. The target that's hit by the Sword Guard Mega Minion receives 366 bleed damage over 3 turns, and the effect spreads to nearby enemies. So this guy, the Scale of the Newt, he's literally got his scale from Shimmerscale. So Shimmerscale is a newt. That's what I was looking for. So he takes the scale from Shimmerscale. He does basically the same thing, just at average speed. 300% damage to the target nearby. His is 100% damage to all enemies. And then the minion with 35% HP and 300% attack is exactly the same. And then the bleed damage is 402 with Shimmerscale over 3 turns, and it spreads. And it is 267 bleed damage over 3 turns, and it spreads. With the limit breaks and emblems, going to go up to 366. So yeah, he's scaled back a little bit in terms of the speed and in terms of the special. But yeah, he's pretty much the same as Shimmerscale. So you got a 5-star in a 4 stars body, just doing his new thing and destroying the battlefield. I'm in love with this hero. I really like this guy, Greg. Very understated name as well. And I kind of like that, to be fair. Oh, I've just seen he's holding like a Shimmerscale's little baby in his hand. That's pretty gory. Okay, so yeah, Greg is fantastic. So congrats if you do manage to grab him. And then our last hero in the portal, we've got this guy, William. He looks like he really doesn't know what has just gone on, and he's been thrown into battle completely against his will, it looks like. So William is a nature hero. He is of the fighter class, and he gets the Garrison Guard family bonus, and he gets the passive, which is the guard rally. So you know what? If you don't get any of these other heroes and you want to just second limit break William just for that effect, he's probably going to be worth doing that for. In terms of stats, 3-star stats, but actually pretty damn good for a 3-star. And his special skill is going to be situational awareness, which he looks like he really doesn't have. Oh my goodness, we're going to do this every single time until these guys get this system fixed. So, average speed, 210% damage to the target and nearby. The caster and nearby allies get 36% defense for 3 turns. And the caster and nearby allies get 36% critical chance for 3 turns. You know what? It's a really terrible, lackluster special. Increasing the defense and the critical chance, it's okay. The fact that he's at the fighter class is good. The defense up ether talent is good. But he's kind of like a sort of plain slice of toast with no butter on. There's nothing really special until you get to the passive, and that is where we put on the butter and the peanut butter and the jelly and the jam, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that makes him really usable. But aside from that, he's a pretty lackluster hero, unfortunately, William. So yeah, aside from the passive, nothing really special to say about this guy. So we have got some pretty awesome heroes in this portal. I'm excited to see the introduction of the Garrison Guard. So please let me know in the comments what you guys think about the new Garrison Guard heroes. Let me know whether you think that, you know, which one of these you think is best and where you're going to use them. And please let me know if you do pull one of these guys and you start using them, how they actually perform, and whether that 4 turns is too long. Or whether you think it's too short. I'm sure none of you will think it's too short. Or whether you think that it's just about right. But with that being said, please do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel. It's raining all around me right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I got to get going to work. So I wish you guys everything of the best, and I will see you all again in the next video. Bye for now, guys.